In today's session, we'll see text functions and date functions. The previous session, we saw this number functions and grouping functions. The text functions are actually used for, for the text columns what we have, or any of the strings. We also call it as strings or text. Anything is the same. Let's say I want to concatenate or combine two different strings, or say two different columns. Then we don't have anything called as concatenate in this MS Access. So what we have to do is we have to use the AND symbol, the ampersand symbol, to combine two strings or two columns. So how to do that? Let's go to our MS Access database. Say create query design. Then I'll take the table, select any two columns whichever you need, or directly you can type anything is fine. I will take region and then say we'll take state. I want to combine these two. Run this. Say I want to combine this region and state. So what we'll do, right click, design view. Here I can either directly type here the function, or I'll right click and say build. Go to build expression. That is actually the easiest way of writing the function. So we'll go here. I'll say region ampersand city, or say state. Done. That is all. But here you have to give an alias name, that is the column name, the field name. I will say region state, like this. If I say OK and run this, say it will combine these two columns. But we need to have a space. Say I need to have a space, hyphen, or whatever. So for that, what I'll do, go to this design view, right click, build. Here we'll put a double quote, hyphen double quote, and say and symbol. Say OK. Run this. So this is how you can combine two strings or two different columns, or say multiple columns as well. If you want to add one more column here, say I want to add city, go here, right click, say build, here, say ampersand, run, once again, and symbol, and the column name, city. Say OK, run this, see, I'll get the city here. Right click, SQL view. This is how my SQL looks. So here I will mention as text functions. Let's put the query here, say raw data, remove that. Region state. If you want city also, you can take it here as region state from raw data. So this is how we'll be writing the query. So select region state, region ampersand hyphen. So likewise, you can add all the columns here and give an alias name, and then from which table. So for this, if you want to add the filters, that is where condition, order by, anything you can add after this query. Okay, fine. This is for concatenate. Next function is say UCase, LCase. UCase and LCase will convert a string, or say the column, to uppercase or lowercase. So here it is very simple. Just you have to mention UCase or LCase. Now let me right click, go to design view. Let's remove all this. Let's take customer name. Run this. Say customer name is in this manner. So what I'll do, I'll try to convert this into uppercase. Right click, design view. Let's go here, right click, say build. Here we'll say function, we'll write function UCase. Okay, so UCase, and then I'll give the column name, say customer name, close bracket. Let's copy this, say OK, run this. You can say this, the entire column, so all the strings, or say all the data in this has been converted to uppercase. Right click, design view. Now I want to change this to lowercase. I'm just copying the same thing, paste it, just change this UCase to LCase. Let's run this. See, the entire data will get converted into lowercase. Now we don't have anything called as proper case. The proper case means making the first character of every word caps. But we don't have any function like proper case in this. For that, we have one more kind of function, that is string conversion. So what the string conversion will do is it will convert the text into uppercase, lowercase, or proper case depending on the parameter what I'm passing, that is the number what I'm passing. So how to do that? Let's go here. Let's say let's take some column, say product name, and I'll put it here. So product name has got so many text here. So what we'll do is we'll try to convert this into uppercase, lowercase, and proper case. So every first character will be caps. So here almost all are actually caps, but still I'll show you how this string conversion is used to convert these characters into uppercase, lowercase, or proper case. Right click, design view. Let me copy this product name. Right click, build. Here we'll say function string conversion, say uppercase. Here we have to say str conversion here like this, and then mention the string. In our case, we are trying to put this product name, that is the string for us, the column name or the field name, comma. It will ask for the conversion type. So we have three conversion type: 1, 2, and 3. 1 is for uppercase, 2 is for lowercase, and 3 is for proper case. Say 1, close bracket, say OK, and let me run this. See, this got converted to uppercase. That is exactly similar to my UCase. In this case, I can use either UCase or string conversion 1. Right click, design view, say build. Let me copy this, and here go to this build, and I'll say here I'll mention it as 2. So now I change this parameter conversion number to 2 here. I'll say OK, run this. See, the entire column, the data will get converted to lowercase. Similarly, I can convert this into proper case. Proper, remove, and here I'll change this to 3. Now in this case, almost all the values are almost proper case only. So if I go here, see, this will get converted to proper case like this. So almost all the data is converted here. So you might not get to see that, but if you have any data like that, just try and check. Here you can see canon image. If you go here, see the canon image. Let's reduce this. Yeah. Now you can see the same canon image class. You can see here it says I is actually small. Here it has become caps. So wherever you see the first character of a word will become caps. So that is string conversion 1, 2, and 3. Now let's go and check the SQL view. Let me copy this, put it here, remove this raw data, say customer name. This is UCase, that is uppercase. This is LCase. This is for UCase and LCase. But if you want to use this string conversion, then I've used this string conversion 1, 2, and 3 like this. So this is how you can use this conversion, of the text. This is for converting your cases, right? Next one, we have this left, mid, and right. So what this will do is this will extract the data. That is, if you want the number of characters from left side, right side, or somewhere in the middle. So what we'll do, we'll go back, right click. Let's take the column order ID, or we'll take this product ID only. Let's run this. You can say this first three characters are some product code or whatever. Then we have two characters in the middle, and then we have say 3, 6, 8 characters in the end. So I want to separate this. If you want to separate this, say first 3 characters, middle 2 characters, and the last 8 characters. Right click, design view, and let me copy this column. So just try to copy this column so that you'll not make any mistake in typing the characters in the column field, say field name. Now we'll say product code. Okay, I just given the column name as product code. Left off, the left function. So what this will do, it will extract the number of characters I mentioned from left side. Square bracket. Let me paste this, comma, I'll say 3. And close bracket. Say OK. So what this will do is it will extract 3 characters from left side. Now we have right. So I want 8 characters from right side. Right click, design view. Say build. Let's say prod ID. I'm just giving one more ID here. Say prod ID. And I'll say right off. It lasts for string. We'll take this product ID, comma, and I'll say 8 characters. That means from right side, I want 8 characters. Say OK. Run this. See, I'm extracting 8 characters from right side. Coming to this middle, I need these 2 characters. So we have a function called as mid. So what this will do is it will take the parameter from where I need to start extracting. If I say left or right, the left will take from the beginning, that is from the left side, the first character. From the first character it will take. Right means from the first character from right side. So from here it will take 8 characters. But if you want something to be extracted from middle, so I'll be using this mid. Say go here, right click, build. I'll say let's take it as prod. Say something will go like this. Then we'll say mid off. It lasts for string. So we'll put this product ID, comma. Now we have 3 characters in the beginning, then a hyphen. So that means totally 4 characters. From 5th character I need to extract the data, comma 2. That is from 5th character I need 2 characters. Let me close the bracket. Say OK and run this. See. Suppose if you want this to be in the 3rd column here, right click, design view, you can just move it like this. Like this. Let's go to the SQL view and then put it here. Left off, then mid off, then. So this is how the query will be. Say product ID I've taken, then left off the product ID, 3 characters from left side, then mid off product ID, that is from 5th character 2 characters, then right I'm taking 8 characters from right side. Okay. Next is InString or InString reverse. The InString or InString reverse, actually it will give me the position of a character. It is very similar to the find function in Excel. So what InString will do is it will give me the position of a character what we are specifying. Let's say we'll go to this SQL, right click, let me remove this and take this product name and we'll run this. Let's assume I need the space position, that is in the beginning from left side, the first space position. Now what we'll do, we'll go here, say design view, and here we'll right click, say function say InStr. That's for starting position. I'll say 1, comma. It lasts for the string. What is the string I'm looking for? Let's say I'm looking for space. It lasts for string. Will take the column name, that is product name, square bracket, name, and then the string match will say space. Let's say okay. Now I'll say run. So I'll get the first space position. If you see this, bush and a space, so it is in the fifth character. Then your horn, space, so it is in the fourth character. The fourth position is space. So likewise, you can see the space position of all the values in this. Now I want the same thing from reverse, that is from here. So what we'll do, we'll say right click, design view, same thing, we'll say function InString reverse. Say InString REV. It will ask for the string. See here, it is not asking for the starting number, it will just ask for the string. So we'll give product name, comma, it will ask for string match. I'll give space, say okay, and set up. You can see that, say, it is giving me this position is the last space position. So likewise, you can use this InString or InString reverse to get the space position, or say any characters also. Suppose if you want to find something here, you can just specify that character. It will give me the say the position of that particular character. So this can be actually used to find whether the character existing in the string or not. Let's go here, paste it. Name InString and InString reverse. So this is the function. Next one, len. Len will give me the number of characters. Let's do it in the same query itself. Say function len. I want to find the number of characters in the product name. Say len of product name. Say okay. Run this. See, we got 33 characters, 59 characters. That is the total number of characters. So if you go to the SQL view, just put that here. Same SQL, see, comma, say len of. Take this name as function like this. So I can use len for counting the number of characters in the given cell, or say in the string. Next one is trim, LTrim and RTrim. Trim is actually used to remove spaces, that is whether the spaces in the beginning or in the end. You have got some extra spaces which is unwanted spaces, it will remove. Say LTrim will remove the spaces in the beginning, RTrim will remove the spaces in the end. Let's go back to our database, right click, or we'll take a new table itself. Here I have created one small table which is left, right and trim. So I've used this table because here in this table we don't have any extra spaces here because it's a clean data. So I've just taken this one more table for adding some extra spaces. Let's say create query design. I'll take this table. Let's take this trim, RTrim and trim values. So I have the values. This is the original, or say the values what we have in the table. Right click, design view, and go to build, say function trim. First we'll work on trim. Say trim of trim values. Say have this trim values here. This column I've taken here. Say okay and run this. So here all the unwanted spaces at the beginning and in the end will be removed. So how to check this? So what I can do is I can use this len function. Say get len. Say len of trim values. Let's see how many characters are there in this trim values. So there are 21. Now let's take this, the function trim, whatever is there. So if you trim how much, how many characters I'll get. Let's go here, say build len trim. Say len of I'm giving this trim of trim value. That is, after trimming, how many values I get. See, I'm getting 10 characters. That means 11 unwanted spaces were there in the trim value column. Likewise, suppose if you want to do the same thing for this left trim, then I'll be using this LTrim function. Say function LTrim. Say LTrim of left. Say OK. Run this. See, it will remove all the unwanted spaces. Right click, design view, function RTrim, and here we'll take the column right click. Say OK. Run this. See, it will remove all the spaces from the right side of the string. So this is for trimming of the values. Let's say SQL view, copy this and put it here. Trim value. So here I have this trim, which will remove the spaces from right side and left side. Then I try to check the length of both trimmed and untrimmed values. This is for left trim, and this is for RTrim from trim values. So this is how my query will be. Okay. Next one. Replace. What this replace will do is it will replace with a string, or say a character with another character. Say for example, let's close this. I have order ID here, where I have this hyphen. I want to replace this hyphen with slash. Go to create, query design, take the table, and then I'll take this order ID, run this. So I have this hyphen. I want to remove this hyphen and put slash. Right click, build, say function replace. Replace, it lasts for the string. So what is a string? String is nothing but the column. Here I'll say order ID, comma, find hyphen, and last for replace, let's say slash. Say OK, and then run. So I can see the hyphen has been replaced with slash. Right click, SQL view. It is just very simple query. I'll go here, order ID. Here I have this replace order ID, and I'm using this string which has to be replaced and what has to be replaced. This is from hyphen to slash. All right. Next one is space. Space function, what it will do is it will give me the number of spaces specified. So for example, I want 5 spaces between 2 strings. Then what I'll do, let's go here, right click, design view. Let's assume I want the region and state to be combined. Previously I used that hyphen. Now I want some 5 to 10 spaces. Let's say I want 5 spaces. Right click, design view. I want to concatenate, so I'll go here, say region, state. So I want to give region and 5 spaces. So I'll go here, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or say if it is 10 like this, I'll be keep giving like this. So instead of that, I can give something called as space and specify the number of space I need. So if I say region space, so it will ask me the number of spaces I need, and I'll say ampersand. Here I'll say state. Now if I say this region and I specified 5 spaces here, that is I'm trying to concatenate 5 spaces here with another column or say another string. Say OK. Now run this. See, I have this 5 spaces here. If you want to increase that, let's go here, I click build and I'll say 10 spaces. Say okay, run this. See, I'll have 10 spaces here like this. So if you want to add spaces, so you can specify the number of spaces so that you'll get those many number of spaces along with the string which you are concatenating. So I'll go to this SQL query, region, state, and here I'm using this space, that is the number of characters, the number of times I need the space. So you can specify how many ever spaces you need. Right. Next one, string, that is str. It will return a number as a string. You can use this as a conversion function. That is, if you want to convert integer to some numbers will be in a text format, so you can convert that into integer, or you can use this str to convert a number into string. Let's try this. Let's remove values. Let's take the sales value. Right click, build. Let's say function str. str at last for the number. I'll say sales. The sales column has got numbers. I'll say okay and run this. So you can see this. See, this is a number which is aligned right side, but this is a text which is aligned left side. So this will get converted into text format. Right. String comparison and string reverse. First we'll take this into one SQL and then we'll take those. This is for string conversion. Any number if you want to convert into string, I can use this str. Okay. Next one is string comparison. This is used to compare two strings, whether they are equal or not, means whether they are same or not. Now let's go here. We'll take the state and the city. Let's say city and try this. We have, see, here I have few names which are similar. Okay, so this Kentucky and California. Here Florida, it is not equal. Let me just make it equal. Right. I've just corrected it. Okay, it's not the exact state or city, just to compare the string. Now we'll write a query saying that string compare function str compare. The str compare, it lasts for string 1, say state, comma, string 2 is city, say okay and run this. See, wherever you see 0, they're actually matching. So this zeros are actually the exact values, rest all will be they're not matching. So if you think that you are trying to match the values, that is, if you want to get the exact values, then you can use string comparison, which will give me 0 or -1 or 1, wherein 0 means it is actually the exact match, or say it is matching. So it is exactly like what we have in our VLOOKUP, or say exact function actually. So in Excel we have something called as exact function, wherein we try to compare two strings, and if it is equal, then it will say true or it will say false. Here it will give me the number, that is 0, -1 or 1. If it is 0, that means it is equal, otherwise they are not equal. Right. Let's go to one more, that is string reverse. This is actually used to reverse your string. Let's say I want to reverse the customer name. I'll take this customer name. Right click, build, say function str reverse. Say string reverse. It lasts for the string. I'll give this customer name, close bracket, say okay. Now let's run this. See here, you can see the name here and you can see it is reversed. So you can reverse the text, complete text here. Right click, SQL view, then paste it here. String reverse from raw. So these are the text functions what we have in MS Access or most of the SQL queries. Right. So I made a list here. You can go through all these things, that is text functions one by one, and in the same order I have written the query as well here. So you can go and you can compare that and you can work on it. Fine. Next is date function. Date functions are actually used on the columns which have got date. A date means if I have day, month and year in a separate column, I can combine that. Or say if I have date, I want to separate day, month and year, I can use that day, month and year function, or to find difference between two dates, or to add some dates to it. So I can use this date function. So if we go here, I have something called as date. So date function will give me the current date, like what we have today in Excel. So this date function will give me today's date. Now will give me the current time, that is the system time or say system date. Let's go and work on this. Right click, design new. Let me remove these columns. Let's take the order date and ship date. These are the two columns which have got date. So what I'll do is I'll do all this function. I will do it separately so that you'll not get confused. Let's go to design. Say I want today's date. Say build function date. I'll say date. Here we don't have any parameters to be passed. Just say date, open bracket, close bracket, say OK and run. See, I'll get today's date. That is the system date. So whatever date you have in your system here, see if you can see the cursor, it says 4th August 2020. So same date I'll get. Right click, design view, and say build function now. Now open bracket, close bracket, say OK, run this. See, I'll get the current time. I can use the format and I can change this as well. That is, I have a format function which will help me in removing this date. But you can see this is 1937. That means it is 7:37. So likewise, you can use this date and now function. If you go to this SQL view. So why I'm pasting all these queries is you can practice this by typing directly and you can learn SQL as well. So these are the query will be. So you just have to type this and you can use it as a SQL query as well. Say for example, directly I can copy this or I can type it. Say let me just close this. I create say query design. Now I'll not take the design mode. Directly I'll go to SQL mode. I'll paste it here and I'll serve. See, I'll get the same result here. So you don't have to go to design mode. If you are using SQL Server or some MySQL, you can use something like this, the query view, and you can directly type this, you'll get the result. Fine. Next one. Let's say I want to get, I am trying to add some, number of days for a date, or I'm finding the difference between two dates or date part. So this will just give me the integer of the specified date part, say year, month, or day I need. Let's go here to my database. I want to add few days, months, or years to the order date or ship date what I have. Let's assume that I have this order date. I need to add some date for this. Say it says 8 November. I want to add a number of days. Right click, build function date add. I'll say date add. It lasts for the interval. Interval is something about whether it's the day, month, or year I'm trying to add. I'll put it D here. D is for day, M is for month. If you want year, then I should use 4Ys. It lasts for number. I'll say I need to add 10 days. It lasts for the date. Date is nothing but the order date. So for order date, I'm trying to add 10 days. If I say OK and say run, we can say this. So 8 November 2017, it says 18 November 2017. So if you go and check everywhere for every date, 10 days will be added here, right? Similarly, I want to find a difference. Let's say I want to find how many number of days are there, the difference between order date and ship date. Then I'll say function DateDiff. Say DateDiff. It asks for interval, say D, comma. It asks for the start date. I'll say order date, and then I'll say ship date. Close the bracket. Say okay. Now it will give me the number of days, the difference between order date and ship date. Suppose if you want in month, then I'll use M, or year. Let's run this. See, from 8 November to 11th November, we have 3 days. Say 12th June to 16th June, 4 days. So if you go here, it will give me the number of days, that is the difference between two dates. Next is date part. Date part is nothing but it will give me the serial number of the date. Say if you want the day, month, or year, I can specify. Let's go here, build, say function date part. Say date part. Again, it is asking for the interval. I'll say day, and take this order date, close bracket, say okay, run this. See, I'll get the day here, the serial number, that is this number. Now I want month. Just change this to M. Go here, change this to M. I'll say okay and run this. See, I'll get the month, the serial number. Like this, if you see this, it will give me the month number. So here also I can specify it. So this is for date part. Let's copy this. Say order date, ship date. Then I have this DateAdd, which will add number of days for the date specified, the difference between two dates, that is DateDiff. The date part will give me the serial number or the month or day or year from a order date. But you have to specify the interval here, say D, M, or Y. So for year you have to mention 4 Y's, that is Y, Y, Y. Right. The next one, day, month, and year. This day, month, and year is exactly like this date part. So date part, if I mention day, month, or year, I'll get the part of that specified, date. Day, month, and year exactly works like this, but here, if I said day, it will extract day, month, it will extract month, and year, it will extract the month from the year from the date. Right. Let's go back. Right click, design view. Let's say I have this order date. I want day from that. Say function day, day of order date. Let's copy this column. Say okay. Run this. So it will give me the date. So you can use this date part also. So anything you can use. Then function month. Say month of the order date. Say okay. Say I'll get the month. I want the year. Say function year, year of order date. Say okay. It will specify the year. It will just separate the day, month, and year. So I can also use date part for using this day, month, and year as well. Go to this SQL, paste it, ship date. Then we have this day, month, year from this table. So I can extract the day, month, and year from this table. So I can also use this date part by specifying day, month, or year. Day, month, or year here. I'll get the same results. Right. Next one, If you want month name is nothing but the name of the month. Say I'm getting the serial number from this month. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But I want the month name. So if I specify a serial number, then for that number, I'll get the month name. Say, for example, let's go here. I'll take out this one. I have a month. I want actually the name of that month, not the serial number. So what we can do, go here, let me just copy this function. Right click, build, say function month name. Just mention month name. It will ask for month. So which month? So I cannot mention the date directly here, the order date, because it is a date, but it is asking for the month. So what I'll do is I'll use this month of order date. It will ask for abbreviate. If I say true, what it will do is it will give me the 3 characters of the month, say Jan, Feb, March or something. If I say false, then it will give me the complete name. So let's run the C. It will give me January, February, March or something. Suppose if I give true, let's change this to true, then it will be abbreviated. This, see, like this. So you can use this to get the month name. Let's paste it here. Order date, date, then this is the month for order date and month name. So here month name of, I'm using this month again here so that I'll get the serial number for the function like this. Right. Next, weekday and weekday name. So weekday means I have this serial number that is 1 to 7. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is 1 is for Sunday and 7 is for Saturday. It goes on, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 days in a week. Let's take the same table and let me remove these 2 columns. Right click, build a function weekday. Mention weekday. It lasts for the date. We'll say order date. Let me just copy this. Say okay, run this. See, I'll get the serial number. So I want the week name similar to what we had this month name. Right click, function week name. When I say week name, what it will do is it will again take the serial number. Like what we had this month name was taking the month serial number. Here it will take the week serial number. Say week name, it lasts for weekday. Paste that function what I just copied, comma, it lasts for abbreviate. Same thing. If I say true, that means it will abbreviate, that is SUN, MON. We'll get the 3 characters of the week. Suppose if I say false, then it will give me the complete name. So right click, design view, build. Let me change this to true. Say okay. See, like this. Right click, SQL view. Let me copy this and I'll paste it here. Weekday, weekday name, say 20. Like this. Right. Next one, we have this date serial. So here, if I specify, say date of a specified part, so I'll get the serial number of it and the format. Suppose if you want to change the format of a date, I can change the format. Let's go here. The date serial is again exactly like the date part what we had. So we'll go and check this format. Right click and remove this. And here, build, say function format. Here I have specified some formats here for this date, the general date, long date, medium date, short date, or whatever. Okay, let's say I'll take this long date. Just show you one example here. Say format, order date, comma. and I'll put this as long date. Now when I use this format, the date will become, or say the column will become as a text format. Run, see, this is in a text format. Similarly, I can use the custom format as well. Right click, build, say, function, custom format, say, format, order date. Here I have this D, M, and Y. So D is for day, M is for month, and Y is for year. So I can use something like this: DD, comma, month, year, like this. So a different format if you want, I can just specify the format as well like this. So if you want only 3 characters here for the name, let's go here, design view, right click, build, and I'll just take only 3 characters here. I can also use, say, this will become 8 number 2. So I can change the format like this. Right click, SQL view, copy this, then we'll clean the query here, format, this is standard format, this is the custom format, right? The reason why I actually clean this, that is putting this column, in the next line, it is easy for me to understand, okay, so what are the columns you have taken. But otherwise, some people actually keep it like this, like a paragraph. So here it is very difficult for me to go and search. So if you are used to this, you go ahead. I'm not telling this is wrong. This is also right only. But the proper way is this one. This will become more easy for us to understand. So where the column start and where it is ending. So you can do something like this. So this will actually give a structured way of understanding the query. So practice this. If you think that you are more comfortable with the single line query, something like this, go ahead. Otherwise, try using like this. This can be used in any SQL software, that is MySQL, SQL Server, or any other software also. You can use this format, which will help you in understanding the queries very easy. So these are the functions what we have in the queries, okay, in the SQL queries. So the next session I'll discuss about the joins, and there are more other queries what we can do, that is cross tab queries, then how to add, that is insert the data, then we have how to modify the data, and also we'll see how to delete the data from the table.